for coming out. It was different than the jungle. Typically, the jungle sort of gets us going, and tonight we sort of had to get the crowd going a little bit more. But when we played well, when we played with Redford energy, we turned them over, created some offense from our defense. I thought the crowd was great. UNC Asheville, we obviously outmanned them. I thought they played hard, they played competitively. Mike does a really good job. And so we avoided the letdown of having a big game in Indiana, against Indiana on a Saturday in Atlanta. We play USC at home on Sunday. It could be one of the hottest tickets in Neville Arena history for a non-conference game. And we'll have to play better to win that one. Questions?
You just go ahead.
11 guys hit at least 2 shots in that game. I mean, you had a game as balanced as that, scoring almost 90 points, or that many guys spread between 5 and 15 points?
I think this team has the chance, because it's 10 or 11 guys, to have that kind of balance. So what are the challenges? The challenge is that Jalen Williams is not going to have 24 and whatever he had every night. He's not going to have the opportunity to be player of the week every week. Neither will Janai Broome, neither will Aiden Holloway, neither will any of our guys. And so the question in that locker room is, are they okay with it? How do they feel about it? Every player's going to want a double-double. But the way we have a chance to, be the best team we can is to be able to share it like we've been sharing it. I think when you have, 19 assists and 7 turnovers on the heels of 24, 5, and 3, that's indicating we're sharing it. Obviously, it'll put us in a situation where if we have an injury or we have some foul trouble, we're going to be able to withstand that. And that's, as a result, that's also a long season.
You mentioned the Huntsville crowd. I guess this is just the first time Auburn's played here in so long. Not getting to actually see it in person. What was it like for you to see the Auburn crowd this far from actually being in Auburn?
Well, it was what we expected. It really was. In the state of Alabama, there are certain places and certain pockets where there's a lot of Auburn family, and obviously all around Auburn in our area, it's pretty much Auburn family. Get outside the state, get outside close to Auburn, there's some competition from a few other schools. Man, I don't think there's anybody in the state that has more support in Huntsville than Auburn. And so it's great to be here. It's a reward for our fan base, and that's why we brought them up there. We appreciate the sponsors, and everybody have a great venue, great facility, and we'll definitely come back.
Bruce, they got in a run there a little early in the first half, hit some shots, and then y'all adjusted, it seemed like, on defense. Pember, had about 17 or 18 minutes between points. I mean, what was the difference kind of slowing him down and getting the defense going?
I don't know. I'll have to look at the tape, but they were good. We weren't very good in transition, and because let's just say our 5-man is rebounding offensive boards, which we want Janai and Dylan to do, and they could be the last guy. They could be the trail defensively. So Jalen Williams and Shady Johnson were back, and Pember was trailing, and so they couldn't get on their matchup. And I got to see why 4 and 5 weren't able to get on that matchup. Because all week, and that's one of the things, if you're working in half court, you got Jalen Williams at the top of the floor, you got Dylan and Janai at the bottom of the floor, right? Then all of a sudden you play the game in transition, it's opposite. I thought that bothered us. I just didn't think the guys were on fire in transition. I just don't think that our point guards did a great job getting the guys back. Our 2s and 3s didn't do a good job either stopping the ball. They threw the ball up ahead way too much, and that's something that we're going to have to address.
Bruce, Trey mentioned the emphasis this week on making sure this wasn't a trap game. He talked about the App State game. I guess I know that was an emphasis from you and the staff. How do you feel like they handled that, and how well did they sort of execute that?
I thought Stephen did a great job on the scout, did a great preparation. I think that we had a couple of good practices. I thought the guys were fairly locked in. And we played 9 games. I feel like we played 29 games because of all the traveling. I mean, I bet you there's not a team in the country now that's played 9 games and has only played 3 home games, especially when you sell out your building. But part of us trying to build our resume is playing on the road or playing at neutral sites, and certainly, we want to be, Auburn is, big in here in Huntsville. Auburn's big in Atlanta. It's not as big in South Dakota as I thought it was going to be, but Baylor was there, so.
Tony?
Hey, Coach, I thought Shady Johnson had a good game in the first half. He led you in plus minus. He doesn't have a lot of shot attempts, but he able to impact the game without scoring. Can you just talk about what he gives the team and how valuable that is?
Chaney's one of our best athletes, period. He's got great size and great speed, and he's doing really well. He's got a chance to be a great player. I'm on him pretty hard because I expect more. I want more, and I know he's got more to give. But we're really glad to have him. But he's got great upside. He gets in foul trouble too much, and I think he can be a great defender. But great defenders don't foul. So he's got to do a better job with that. But it's great to have him, get him back. It was great to get Denver Jones back. It's a lot of pressure when you're sort of coming home. I thought he got a great reception. He will always own Huntsville as his home. This is where his family lives and grew up, and they're just wonderful family in this community. Everybody knows Tulu, and everybody knows Denver, and he's representing well. He's another guy that I'm very happy with, but I want more from him.
I caught a question for.
Bruce Chad had 11 points, 7 boards in 19 minutes, had that run there in the second half. Just what is he bringing for y'all off the bench, especially in a game like this?
Chad Baker's got what we call it. Can't teach it, he just has it. And a real feel, real IQ. And so he's a very effective player. We put the ball in his hands, we trust him to make plays. He's long, and he can be a problem.